All right. Welcome to the Strong Side podcast. My name's Mitchell Black, and I'm your host. And today we have a super fun episode that we're going to discuss and go through. So I believe this is episode number 7. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to introduce you to more of our awesome team members. We've kind of been in a theme lately where we've been trying to introduce you to all the wonderful people here so you can get to know them a little bit more, so we can have a little bit more fun. You can meet some cool characteristics that they have. And there's that. Now remember, this podcast, we are very focused on our members. We're trying to bring you valuable information, the things that you want to know. We're going to broaden this thing out to help you even more in your training. All right. But if you like it, definitely share it with friends. You can give it a 5-star review. You can like it on the Anchor app that has links to Spotify. We're going to be on Apple Music. You can go on YouTube. You can share this. You can make a great comment. We would love to hear from you. All right. So without further ado, who we have today is we have our head of member services, Mrs. Amber H. So let's start with that. How do you say your last name?
Heigerick.
Yeah, Heigerick.
But say it fast, Heigerick.
Heigerick.
Yep.
Oh.
But if you want to sound it out, Heigerick.
Got it. Okay. Well, we have Amber Heigerick.
There you go.
And so Amber's been here a little bit. She's a great person to talk to. I think we're going to have a lot of information to give and just, chit chat and all that. So how you doing today?
I'm doing swell. How are you?
I'm swell as well.
Swell as well.
You just crushed that workout. How was the workout?
That was good. It was tough.
They don't even need to know what workout we're talking about. Just any workout.
Any workout, yes. The 45. I'm really liking it.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun little deal.
Yes. Super fast paced.
Yep. So yeah, man. So what Amber does here is basically the entire life cycle of a member. So if you were to call us and get information or email us, well, that's what most people think member services is, and that's definitely true. But what's the vibe in the facility? Like, are these programs being successful? Unfortunately, if somebody wants to leave, how is that handled? How do we get information out to the community? Like, the entire breadth and depth and life cycle piece of a member is what her role is. Yep. So that's what Amber does here.
That's what I do.
But let's go way, way back. So when were you born? So talk about your life. Like, where'd you grow up? I know you got a cool story about growing up.
I do. I was born in New Jersey, and then
I didn't know that. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that we skipped over that.
I forgot. Yes, I was born in New Jersey, and then I moved to California when I was 4. So I'm really from California because I don't really remember Jersey.
Are your parents from Jersey?
No, my dad was there on business. So.
And met a lady? Or?
No, they were married when they moved there.
Okay.
Yeah. And my mom hated it because the winters were so long. She still talks about it. I think she's still upset about it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So you were there for a couple of years and you moved to California.
Yep.
Where'd you live in California?
So I pretty much grew up in a place called Laguna Niguel, which is Southern Orange County, Dana Point.
I heard it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
It is.
It's on all the postcards.
It is. Yes. The weather every day, it looks like how it does today. It's a little cool in the morning and then it turns out like 75 degrees. No humidity, no bugs.
How close was that to Palo Alto?
So Palo Alto is up north. So it's probably like 6 or 7 hours. Yeah.
I forget how big California is.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm at the bottom.
Okay. Well,
like an hour from Mexico.
Well, the only reason I was asking is because my aunt and uncle lived in Palo Alto for a while. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing I remember is that they didn't have air conditioning because the weather was so perfect.
Yeah. We didn't have air conditioning growing up either. There was like 2 weeks a year where it was hot and it was like Santa Ana winds and we would just get a fan.
Sounds terrible.
My first car didn't have air conditioning either.
Wait, they make cars without air conditioning?
Yeah, and windows that you have to roll down.
When was this? Did you have a wagon? Well, my first car didn't have heat or AC, and you had to roll the windows down. I had a helicopter lap belt. It was like $600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first car was a Toyota Corolla, 1985. and it was $2,000, and my sister helped me pay for it.
Sweet. And that was in California?
Yeah.
The whole thing, there we go. The whole thing's in California. All right. So
Yep.
I grew up in California. How long were you out there for? Did you go to college out there?
So I went to college. Well, I went to two different colleges. I went to college in Montana State University and played tennis, got a tennis scholarship there. And then I moved back and finished my degree at Cal State Long Beach.
Like Montana, like the state, like out with the buffalo?
Yes.
I was there one time. It's pretty nice out there.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's just not California.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, I wanted to go somewhere because I snowboard too. I wanted to go somewhere where I could, be totally different than California and have that experience. So it was either Colorado or Montana. Montana just sounded cooler. I'd never been there, and my sister and I packed up my car and drove up there, and she dropped me off and left for the airport, and I didn't know anybody.
I'm out. I gotta go.
Yeah, but it was a really cool experience, but I definitely would never want to live there. It was fun to go to college there.
Yeah, it was, we went there on a snowmobile trip, and the only thing I remember there was you could buy, I'm exaggerating, but you could buy 40 acres for $100,000.
Yeah, I'm sure. The whole state, when I went to college, shared the same area code. The whole state.
The whole state.
The whole state. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I lived in Billings, the biggest city, and we had 80,000 people.
What's Atlanta? 4 million?
Yeah, it's in the millions. Yeah.
That's different.
It was small. Obviously it's bigger now, but that was, I
82,000?
graduated in 2000. So it was 96 or 97. Yeah.
Huh.
I know, shocker. I went to school when I was 4. It was really weird.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Yeah. So, all right. So you moved back. Oh, did you move back to California after college?
I did. Yep. Moved back. Because I actually graduated from Cal State Long Beach.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And then I, as soon as I graduated, got a job. I was a recruiter, and that was pretty much what I did. My whole career was recruiting.
So what is recruiting?
So I recruited mostly in IT, and then I worked with clients that were hiring for different positions, and so I would find those candidates for them and get them jobs.
Sounds so easy.
I know, right?
And you did that for how long?
Let's see, 2000 to 2019, 2018. Yeah, for 18 years.
Man. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But there was a gap in there. So when did you, and I'm thinking I'm still in California. So you lived in California for how long? And then how'd you get here?
So I moved here in 2008. And the company that I was working for, I could work anywhere. I could work from home. And I had some friends that lived here. And so I thought I was, ready for something new and different. And my plan was not to stay here. My plan was to stay for, a year or two and experience a different place. But then I met my husband here. And
Nicholas.
But then even after we got married, we tried to move back to California, but he would not move without having a job, even though I had a job and my job, was headquartered there. And he would apply to jobs, and it's really hard to find a job when you're outside the area. And then we ended up having babies, and then my parents and my sister ended up moving here.
Oh, because they were all over there?
Because they were all there. Yep. So then my sister moved here in 2011. And then, the same year, my parents and my sister moved here, which was really nice. Of course, I love my family. But now it's I don't have anywhere to stay when I go back to visit. That was free.
Yeah. Golly, get out of here, guys. Go back so I can crash for free.
I need someone to visit. Yeah. So it's a great, great place to live. But I definitely wouldn't, now that I have kids, I would much rather raise my kids here in the South.
Oh, yeah. All right. I don't have any kids.
Yeah.
And, but I've lived around, I've been to a lot of places, and I've lived long term in a couple places, and I really like Woodstock, Georgia. I mean,
I do too.
I feel like I have a good assessment of the country.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't move anywhere,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that like I like this area.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, it's funny because Orange County, the amount of people that actually were born and raised there are very few. It's a huge melting pot, but I just like the attitude and the mindset I feel like it's more of like a small town atmosphere here versus there. It's like when I first moved here, I was driving down the street and someone like waved at me. And so I was like, oh, I don't know you. Why are you waving at me? This is weird because they don't do that in California.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody just stays to themselves. They're just too busy to be nice and say hi. So, and then I was like, oh, that's kind of like what you do when someone, is walking on the street and you drive by, you wave at them, you say hi. I was like, I really like that. That's so nice. So who knew?
Yeah. Southern hospitality. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember moving up north, and one of the first days I was there, a dude that I worked with had car trouble, and I just like took him home, and he was blown away that I didn't like want like gas money or something. And that never even like crossed my mind. I was just like, dude, we're from the South, man. You just help a brother out. Like when he just needs some help.
Right.
Yeah. Be nice, guys. Yeah. All right. So here, great. Mm-hmm. When did you get run over by a tow truck?
I was 5 and I was running across the street. And I basically hit the side of the tow truck because I didn't see it because I didn't look both ways.
Lesson learned right there.
Yes. And so I hit the side of the tow truck and I basically got knocked down, but went underneath the tow truck and then the back wheels ran over my pelvis.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah. So it basically crushed it. It broke it in like 13 places. And then what's even more amazing, because you're so young, your bones are like still growing and healing. I was in this like traction thing where my hips were in this like sling, and then my head was like down on the pillow. It was the most uncomfortable thing. And I stayed that way for like 3 weeks, and then they let me out of the hospital. I have no pins.
Yeah, probably because
grew back.
Your bones are still like gooey.
Yeah.
You're like Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah. I mean, no cast or anything. Like literally I was in the sling, and then I had like another month where I had to I couldn't sleep in a bed because that was too soft. I had to like sleep on and be on the hard floor. I mean, I had carpet, but then, so it was like, a month after that, I was at a friend's house and I was on a tire swing. And like an old school tire swing with like literally a rope and a tire. And we were like spinning it around and then like letting it go. And the rope broke and put a hole through my cheek.
Did you just say a month later?
Yeah.
Where are your parents?
I guess I was good enough to go to my friend's house. And then, I put a hole through my cheek and then I had to get 30 stitches in my cheek.
Jeez Louise.
I know, my poor parents.
Yeah. Amber's fine. Go get on the tire swing. This is why they have the warning labels on all the child equipment right now.
Yes. Yep.
Look both ways.
That was me. Yep. Yeah, I was a very spontaneous, just go, and which is my daughter. So
I was just about to say, that doesn't sound like your daughter at all.
No, fearless, just don't look, just go. Yeah. And it's my greatest fear is one of my kids getting hit when they're out playing. Because I lived on a cul-de-sac. It wasn't even a busy street. And I mean, a tow truck is huge. How did I not see a tow truck? I ran right into it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good perception there. Like, it's not like you got hit by there's a guy on a bicycle. And it was the largest vehicle that you can drive went right by me. And I was oblivious at that time.
Yes.
Maybe a bus. That's the one thing that could be larger.
True. Yep. So I am alive. And so, I've had back problems my whole entire life. And obviously, as you get older, injuries even seem to be worse. But that's one of the reasons why working out has always been so important to me. Every doctor and chiropractor that I have seen, staying active and keeping the blood flow. And I've tried the other way where I've tried like being just sedentary and sit. And that's when I'm actually in even more pain. So for me, moving is essential for me.
Yeah, I feel you. I've had 6 reconstructive surgeries. And if I don't squat, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
And well, being that one of them was on my knee. So like if I don't squat, my knee is less capable.
Right.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Well, glad you're alive.
Me too.
Glad you're here. So, all right. Interesting life there, and journey. So then how'd you get to StrongSide? Not working here, 'cause you remember here first, but how'd you get here?
I came, there was actually a group on at the time for, it was like the Strong Tots class,
RIP.
The kids class, and it was in the summer, and so I was just looking for something for my son to do. I actually belonged to another gym and wasn't unhappy there. And then when I came, he was working out, and you said, you can work out too when he's here. I was like, okay. But the first time I came, Emma and Yana were working out, and her son was even in the little playpen, and I was talking to him, and they came over and talked to me, which is really weird.
Well, that other members came over and were nice to you?
Women specifically, yes. Yeah. Usually, in my experience, women would be very like, look you up and down, and who are you? Why are you encroaching in my territory? And so I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. That's weird, but awesome. And so then I worked out for the whole month, and the whole time I'm thinking, okay, how do I tell my husband I want to sign up, but I have another gym membership? And so it was, and then you ran the promo for the new gym here, and
which was, let's pause on that for a second.
Yeah.
So what I did was we were moving from one location to another location, and I knew I needed more members. So I'm real about it. Like if I tell you a number, it's not going over that number. And I said, I got 20 members, and we were moving in like 90 days. And I said, if you sign up, you won't pay anything until we open. But obviously every day you don't sign up, you lose time. Right. So that was the incentive, and I could only take 20.
Yeah.
And it was literally like, I had like a tick up counter.
Oh yeah.
I only got 4 spots left.
And I kept on watching to see. And so, and I really did it. It did take me, a few weeks because I, like I said, I wasn't unhappy at my other gym, but I'd been there for 7 years. And sometimes you don't know that you're bored or you need something else until something else comes along. And I think that, I'd never done like Olympic lifting. I'd never done a snatch. And, I still even didn't want to. When I saw it on the workout, I wouldn't come in.
It'd be a rest day today.
Yes. Is someone shooting at us?
Yeah, somebody dropped the plate.
Okay. And so, then I saw the video and I would watch it, and it kept on going up with how many more spots wasn't as many spots left. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to miss out. The fear of missing out. But it was such a great deal. It was like, I didn't have to pay for 2 months. So I was like, that seems like a no-brainer to me.
I agree.
Yeah. But the good thing is that it took me probably another 2 months to do a snatch, even though they were in the workouts. I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to stop looking at these workouts because it makes me not want to come in some days. So I'm just going to, if I show up, then I have to do the workout and I don't have a choice. I'm not going to leave. And like, maybe I should just like give in to this thing instead of like picking and choosing what I want to do, but like just surrender. And then when I did, I was like, oh, okay. I actually kind of like that.
No, they're not that bad, guys. A lot of people don't look at the workouts. I'm like, dude, if that's such an easy fix. You're not unmotivated, you're not lazy. You just don't just come on in. Yeah. And we'll scale it. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I started out with the training bar and then, putting weight on that. And I was, I can be so afraid of hurting myself that, that I can not want to push myself. And that's what's great about working out with people that have been here, that encourage you. And so I have been able to push myself and do things that I wouldn't have done without them.
That's awesome. And I like that. Like we get that a lot. People will come in, they'll try some classes, and then they'll go, man, everybody here is so nice. Yeah. And I'm like, where do you hang out? People should just be nice. That's fantastic. That you're greeted and you're happy, and you felt like people didn't even know you, but they're like, oh, look, there's somebody there. It's clear that she's new. Let's go talk to him because, again, be a nice person. Right.
Yeah, I think it's, and there's, nice people at other gyms, but I think the community that I saw and it wasn't just like someone saying hi, but actually talking to you and interested in, your life and who you are. And so that was definitely different. I've never experienced that.
That's cool. So then you signed up, and if I remember right, you signed up and signed up Nick without him knowing.
Yes. Because he had actually, done similar workouts and wanted to come back. And I was, bragging about it for so long. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll come in. But he didn't know that I was signing him up until I did. And then he's like, oh, I mean, he was fine with it. But yeah, I knew he would be. Sometimes he just needs a little push.
Like you come in and you try a class. Did you like it? Yeah. Well, that's great because
you're already a member.
Surprise.
Surprise. Exactly.
Man, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
So you go member, you enjoy it. And then do you want to say how you started working here? Or do you want to say how I slyly intended to get you to work here?
Yeah. Cause I didn't know that at first.
So here's what I knew is that just like, as more people come about, like it's just impossible to manage it. I'm like, all right, look, we're getting leads, we're getting people coming in, we're having, member services things. And I was like, somebody needs to do this. Somebody needs to do it because if I keep doing it and I try to devote as much time to training as I do to member services, everything's going to be 70% at best. And you're going to be angry that your product sucks because it's 70%. So it's like, all right, I need somebody to do this. Like somebody that whatever. And then I'm like, all right, who would it be? And I don't intentionally like go out and like, I need somebody to work here. Which member's available? Like I don't do that, but it's, you're already in the product. So it does have some advantages to it because you get it. And you were talking to Kim, other weird last name. How do you say that? Dalla
Yeah. I just say my Kim.
Yep. Right. So Kim Dalla, they were talking. And I walked over and I'm like already thinking about this. And I just dropped the line. I was like, we need somebody for like membership sales and member services and stuff like that, like looking right at you. And I just remember, and like the way that I said it and the way that I tried to drop it, I was thinking, I was like, all right, here's what's going to happen. I'm either going to get a follow-up text message or a phone call. Like she's going to think about it. Like without saying, hey, Amber, do you want to work here? I was like, I'm either going to get a follow-up text or a phone call, or I'm never going to hear from her again. And I was like, all right, here we go. And then like 2 hours later, hey, so about, would you like somebody with a great smile? Because you had won best smile at the formal.
Right.
So I was like, it worked. Got it.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I had no idea that you were saying or thinking that. I just thought, wow, like I would love to just tell people about StrongSide. I mean, I fell in love with it and I felt like, why wouldn't everybody feel the same way? So I didn't have any experience doing it, but I thought, what kind of experience do you need? I love it. Can I go tell everybody else about it?
That's it. Like that's literally the job. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So how have you liked it so far?
I've loved it. I mean, I started right before we shut down, which was interesting and challenging. Obviously, people didn't want to come in the gym to sign up because we weren't open.
But you know what? Kudos to you. We have never had a 0 month where a whole month went by and nobody, I mean, like that's not a secret. People have to join the gym to stay in business.
Right.
We got all kinds of people in our gym right now. Hi, everybody. And, but it's not a secret. Like you have to have people join every month. They're like, you're going to go to business. Like that is definitely the goal.
That's how it works.
Yeah. And we've never had a 0 month.
Yeah.
And the month that we were shut down,
we had 2.
You didn't have us. You made sure we didn't have a 0 month. We didn't even have a product.
Yeah.
We're like, we have a nothing.
Yeah.
You can be on Zoom if you would like.
Yes. Yeah. We gave, all of our equipment out to our members, and someone wanted the equipment. I was like, well, you gotta be a member.
Yeah. That was fantastic.
Yes.
But all right. So you liked it so far. What's some cool experiences or things that you could share? Like, like you say, oh, it's cool. I could work there and stuff like that, which is true. But then when you I know the experience has to be different once you actually get in it and somebody actually cries on you, like in a good way, or you actually see somebody's amazing success, or somebody that started so apprehensive and then they blossomed into a flower, or going to an event. Like what's something that you're like, yeah, this is legit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, from the beginning, working with someone, being the first, contact for them, and then, getting them for their first week and then signing them up. And then sometimes I won't be able to work out with someone because they come at a different time, but, and then never having met them, but having talked to them on the phone or text, and then being introduced to them. And then it's like, we feel like we want to hug because we've like had this connection and yet never met. But I think it's seeing, like you said, like people come in, whether it's reservations or, apprehension of, lifting a barbell, and seeing like the progression, seeing people fall in love with it, seeing people's results from when they first came in to, after a few months, and seeing them become part of the community. And it's like, I just get excited. I get excited to watch people grow and be better.
Yeah. And I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll know that somebody's coming in that you've never met.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you meet them and you'll be like, oh my God, you're Joey. And they're like, you're Amber.
Yeah. It's like long lost. We've talked so much. Yeah, it's true. Cause you've talked to someone, you've texted with them, but you've never actually met them. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. And you built and that's the entire point. The extension of our community is not just workout classes.
Right. Yeah.
I am very open about the fact that StrongSide is not burpees, and our burpees are not better than anybody else's burpees. Mm-hmm. And somebody out there probably has a way better squat program than we have.
Yeah.
So if you're relying on the success of this as we build workout classes and exercise programs that are better than everybody, that's not what we do.
Right.
We just freaking love you. We care about you. We put people in positions to have touch points with you along the way, and just get people that want to share experiences.
Right.
And our listeners are probably sounding like, are they at a party right now? Yes, we're at
I know.
We're at Club StrongSide. A class is going to start in about 6 minutes.
Yep.
Everybody's coming. But, one of our members came up to me one time and said it would be neat. And so I guess this is a trial to do it like with weights in the background. He said it would give it more of a community feel.
Okay.
So we'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll find out. The music starts.
At our other 2 locations, we'll have offices.
Right.
So we'll be able to keep it quieter.
Right. Yeah. Which is great because sometimes we actually have work to do.
Yeah.
And someone will come up and like want to talk, and I feel bad because I'm like, I have a half hour to do this. I still love you guys.
So obviously, yeah, okay, we are known for our community and everything they want to do. What are some, if you can, I don't even know if you can, but like if you could give a 50,000 foot view, not micro details, but overall things or a vision of what you would like to see, I don't know, member services, if you want to call it that, evolve into? Like what would be cool for our members? Like what are some things that we want to do?
I think obviously as we grow and we have other locations, I love how we're really going to continue to build the brand in StrongSide, whether you're in Roswell or Canton. It's like we're still all StrongSide, and that you can go into another StrongSide and feel like you're walking into StrongSide Woodstock is just in Roswell or it's just in Canton. And the community, I want to continue to build that, as well as not just build the community in here, but let the community out there know who we are, and being able to, do things for them as well. Because like you said, it's not just about working out, but, I think that it's being able to give back to the community, because we have such a great community. So.
Yeah. And the big scale of that is like, because I know what me and Amber are working on a lot is the communication from club to club.
Right.
And that's not like words in an email. I mean, like the workouts they do, branding workouts. So it's like, okay, Canton understands Roswell. What service are we going to use to where we can have a leaderboard where all of our members can see what they're doing? When we have an event, how do we communicate that and distribute that to all of our members? Because exactly what you're saying. The community needs to know that everybody's welcome, and everybody at Roswell is no different than anybody at Canton, and everybody's dude, you're all StrongSide.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You just happen to work out at Canton are it's the same deal. They need to look the same. They need to feel the same. They need to be serviced the same.
Right. And it kind of reminds me, like I was never part of like a fraternity or a sorority, but you hear that with people that were in that. Like they'll go to like a different state or a different college, and they're like, they find out if they went to the same like, sorority, and they hug. They're like, oh, you're right. Da-da-da-da. And that's how I want it to be. It's like you're out at the supermarket in Roswell and you're wearing a STRONGSIDE t-shirt and someone else is too. And you're like, oh, you're STRONGSIDE. Like, it's like you're part of something.
Yeah, the something that's called is called a warrior's ethos. And it's something that I'm really passionate about because there's a tribal mentality and there's a warrior's ethos. And what tribes do, and why I've never referred to STRONGSIDE as a tribe, is the tribal mentality is they only accept people that are like them. And then within the tribe, they appoint their own leaders and they exile people when people don't fit.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And a warrior's ethos is very much a Spartan's mentality where you're accomplishing the mission. And what you're trying to do is strive towards greatness and towards the common goal. And anybody is welcome to join.
Right.
You just have to be aligned with the right mission.
Right.
And so what we do at STRONGSIDE is, hey, everybody's welcome, everyone's equal.
Right.
But there's not going to be any negativity. Nobody's going to be lower than anybody else.
Right.
You have to welcome and treat everybody equally.
Yeah.
We all understand that we're serving up some humble pie here, and we all have real crap outside of here, and we're trying to use this as the best hour of our day.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I just wish that the rest of the world thought like that.
Share the podcast. Share this podcast.
Yeah, because that is what people want to belong to, is no matter who they are or where they're from, that they can walk in and feel equal and feel just as important as the person that has been there for 5 years. Because
we're in about 2 minutes. We're going to start this 12 o'clock class.
Yeah.
And the workout today is death row, and it's rowing and burpees. Let me tell you about everybody's about to be real equal real quick. I don't care what color you are. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what your political view. No, everybody's about to be in pain equally for the next hour. They'll be on the floor after the workout. Yep. And that's what I love, because everybody becomes equal. Well, dude, there's no way that STRONGSIDE isn't better because you're here. So I appreciate everything you're doing. You're rock and rolling. You're a huge asset to this team. And you're a huge extension of STRONGSIDE. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for talking with our tens of listeners. Yeah. Well, it's funny. We've talked about doing this just because Mitch and I would just sit around and talk, and we're like, we should do like a podcast or something. We should and that's what I meant. And then it was like light bulb. Oh my God. Like, how do you do that? I don't know. Google it. Yeah, that was it. YouTube, how to start a podcast. And it's like, oh, here's a podcast package. Perfect. Amazon cart. Yeah. Done. So easy. Yeah. I love it. All right, man. Well, it is 12:01, so I'm officially a minute late for class. So thank you so much. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to share this podcast, give it a 5-star, and let's rock and roll. Bye.